Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Right here we have a 2024 Tesla Model S Plaid. I'm super excited to show you guys this because this is one of the cars I've been considering after my Tesla Model 3 lease is up. So in this video we're going to check it out, walk around it, we're going to take it for a drive, see how the performance is being 1,000 horsepower and all-wheel drive. We're in a little bit of a different setting today. We're here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm out here visiting friends and family, and I figured instead of renting something boring like a Nissan Altima or something like that, I might as well rent something that's a little bit fun. So this Model S Plaid is actually pretty inexpensive to rent for what it is, to be honest. I was looking at Porsches and stuff and those are way too expensive. So I got this Model S Plaid and I'm very excited to show you guys this. So you can see in the front, obviously very wide. This is a 2024. So it does have the updated headlights and stuff. They've had that since 2022. This one has the arachnid style wheels on it. It is a full-size sedan. If you guys are new to my channel, I have a 2024 Model 3 long-range all-wheel drive. So I will be doing some comparisons as I'm driving to my long range. See, we got the red brake calipers. We got the carbon fiber spoiler on this one. Plaids come with the carbon fiber spoiler. You can see we got our little Plaid badge right here in the corner. The Tesla Model S has looked very similar since it came out. They haven't really done like a huge change to it, but I think this latest iteration obviously looks the nicest. All right, so this one has a lighter interior, so you can see we got some nice soft touch material here, soft touch up here. It's got these updated seats for 2024. It has a little Plaid logo in the back of the seats. These seats do look really nice. They're not the most comfortable seats in the world, but they do look nice. This one has the stupid yoke. I'm gonna talk about that when we get to driving, but I don't like this at all. I'm just gonna be honest. Got the gauge here and in the middle instead of the Model 3 where it's just in the middle. The huge sunroof, which is cool. And then I really like the suede headliner. That is something that I really like, is the black suede headliner, because on Model 3s you can't get that. Obviously you got some storage in the middle, some carbon fiber trim and stuff. Now this is where I think the Model S falls a little short, because it does still have the nice materials and stuff in the back, but the backseat legroom is not as much as you'd expect a car like this to be, because it is a full-size sedan, and this rear seat legroom is about the same as my Model 3. You do have that really nice screen back here. You guys can see you can adjust like the radio and stuff and turn on your heated seats and all that in the back. One part the Model S does not fail at is the trunk space. You can see there's tons of trunk space. So you have this little cover, and then down here you got tons of space. So that's the nicest part, is that it is a hatchback design. Let's go and check out the front. You can see it's got a decent little bit of space. Again, not that impressive since the Model 3 is about the same, and this is a much bigger vehicle, and it's not powered, so it's just you just have to open it manually. All right guys, now let's get to the best part of this car, which is definitely the self-driving. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna take this for a spin, see how it performs, and guess what, I got a Dragy tester too, just in case we find an area to do some Dragy testing. All right guys, so we got it in full self-driving mode right now. This one does have full self-driving. And like I said, I'm going to be making a lot of comparisons to my Model 3 because that's what I'm used to. And there's a lot of things, I'm not being biased just because I own a Model 3, but there's a lot of things I think the Model 3 does better. Like for example, my driver's seat right here is all the way back, and it doesn't have that much room. I think my Model 3 goes back a little further as far as like the front seat. This gauge cluster is nice. I'm very used to having all the information over here. This steering wheel is not fun to use at all. When you're making like tight turns and three-point turns and driving through parking lots and stuff, it just feels awkward. I don't think there's any real like getting used to it, to be honest with you. It just feels way too awkward. As far as like everything else, like everything feels pretty nice in here for the most part. Like all the materials are nice. I have noticed a little bit of creaking, like going over bumps, like the body kind of creaks. My Model 3 does not do that. This one is only like 7,000 miles, by the way. So this is a 2024, 7,000 miles. It is a rental, so it's not treated the best. Obviously, as you guys know, rentals aren't treated the best. But it has a little bit of creaking inside. The button for the door to open the door, on my Model 3, it's an actual like button, like it feels good to press. This one is like a haptic button, and it doesn't feel as good to press. And it's a little bit further away too, so you kind of have to stretch your arm to open the door. And again, this is little minor stuff that I just noticed, obviously daily driving my Model 3. The steering wheel buttons are better on the Model 3 as well. They feel a little bit better to press, and they're in a little bit better of a spot. This one, especially with the yoke steering wheel, I do find myself pressing the buttons sometimes, whereas on my Model 3, I don't find that being an issue. Down over here, this is all nice. This center console area is a little weird, honestly, the way that they have it set up. It just feels a little weird because you have to like open this and then open it twice, and this center console area is not very well done. Let's see how it gets onto the freeway. Okay, it made it. All right, it's doing good, even through all the construction. Yeah, it's doing great. Self-driving is so impressive. Obviously the self-driving works great. You know, Tesla has great technology no matter what car it's in. But yeah, the suspension, so one thing I really do like about it though is the suspension is really nice. It has the air suspension, and when you put it in the comfort mode, it just floats over bumps, which is really cool. It does make it so that, like, even when you put it in the sport mode, it is still kind of floaty. So it's definitely not a corner carver for sure. You know, you can definitely tell that it's heavy and big and not necessarily made for cornering. It's asking me to put my hand on the wheel because it probably sees something in my hand. But, because I'm holding the GoPro. But yeah, other than that, the car's been pretty nice. It does have quite a bit of road noise. It has Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. And they do pick up a lot of, like, stuff in the road. Like, you hear them getting thrown around in the fender liners. The main thing that's obviously great about it is obviously the straight line speed is incredible. So I'm going to show you guys that in just a second here. We got a little bit of traffic right now. And I gotta hold on tight because this thing is quick and the alignment is not perfectly straight on this one. Again, I think it's because it's a rental and someone probably hit like a pothole or hit a curb or something. But we're gonna find a little area here to do a little pull because this thing is insanely fast. And I'm at 55% charge right now. I'm actually going to a supercharger just so that I can see how it feels at, like, you know, when it's close to full. All right guys, we're slowing down to 40. We're gonna get on it. You ready? Oh, jeez. Whoa. Woo. That is crazy. There is no reason this car should be that fast. Jeez. And I'm in the Plaid mode right now. Let me go to, let me put this thing in Sport, which is like 600 something horsepower. Let me see how that feels, because I'm sure that feels great too. 600 is still super fast. So we're going 60. Yeah, that's really solid too. I think 600, or I should say the sport mode in the Plaid, is similar to normal mode in the long range Model S. And obviously it's much faster than my Model 3. Now it has tri motors in this one. My Model 3 has dual motors, and it obviously is bigger battery and stuff, more output. Yeah, even in the 600 horsepower mode, it's crazy. All right guys, as I'm trying to find a spot here in Mexico, I just put it in drag strip mode. That's for the fastest launch. It's conditioning the battery. So we're gonna let it do its thing. And once it's ready, we're gonna try a drag strip mode launch control launch and see how that feels. All right guys, peak performance ready. That's what it says. Preparing for launch. Suspension lowering. Ready to launch, here we go. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my gosh, it's hard to even comprehend that speed. Okay, so we're on a wet road, so it was slipping and traction was cutting it. But I wouldn't be surprised if that was still a 0 to 60 in the twos with how fast that was. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. All right, let's go and pull off to the side here and see what we did. Okay, so it was a downhill slope, but we were getting slippage and stuff. That was a 3.0 or 2.89 with 1 foot rollout. But yeah, you can see the graph, how it kept cutting power. So yeah, we need to get into like a dry area. Wow, I wish we had these conditions in my part of Mexico. 400 feet elevation and 200 feet DA. Those are some good conditions for like a gas powered car. All right guys, while we're sitting here waiting for it to charge, because I want it to be a little bit higher, so we can do some 60 to 130 tests maybe later. Hopefully I can get into the 4s, but I know realistically it's probably gonna be low 5s. Just some updated impressions. Like I said earlier, basically, like, I like the car. It's cool. I like, you know, how wide and stuff it is and the 1,000 horsepower, but I honestly think that I still like my Model 3 a little bit better. So maybe a Model 3 Performance is the sweet spot, because this is so cool. You know, I like the air suspension, but you know, it is a really big vehicle, and the space inside, even though it does have a good amount of space, it's not as spacious as you'd expect a car this big to be. Now, I can fit just fine. My head doesn't touch the top, which is cool, but it is kind of hard to get in and out of, but so is my Model 3. I don't know, for what I'm using it for, I don't know if it'd be better than a Model 3 Performance. But this was one of the cars on my list when I was thinking of getting a new car, you know, after my Model 3 lease is up. If I was thinking of getting, you know, buying a Model 3 Performance or leasing a Model 3 Performance, or just getting a used Model S Plaid, getting a used Model 3 Performance. So I was kind of debating some different vehicles, even some gas-powered ones too, not just electric. And yeah, I came to the conclusion that I think a Model 3 Performance is the sweet spot, because I really like my Model 3, because the dimensions and everything fits in my garage great. So but yeah, after we get done charging here, I'm gonna catch you guys again when we're on the highway in Mexico and see how we can do. All right, guys, we got a 83% state of charge. We got a preconditioned battery, and yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. I'll do a little test hit right here. Whoa! Okay. Woo! Okay, it's it's a little faster at 83% with a preconditioned battery. Holy crap, that's crazy. All right, folks. Well, let's go ahead and try our 60 to 130. All right, here we go. Jeez Louise, that's crazy. It does it so fast that that you actually have space to do a run like that and slow down. Oh my gosh. No freaking way, guys. Okay, so that was a slight uphill, and we did a 4.84 60 to 130. Holy crap, that is literally insane. 4.84 60 to 130, just like that, and it was a slight uphill. Wow, this thing is literally crazy. All right, guys, we're gonna try to do a quarter-mile test here. Oh, jeez. Is literally crazy. It builds speed so fast, and actually the brakes did a pretty good job of slowing it down, honestly. We did a 9.6 at 148.8, and that's with a 75% state of charge, and that's going from like the shoulder onto the highway. Wow. Not bad. All right, guys, we're just cruising with full self-drive now. But yeah, you guys can tell the performance is just absolutely insane on this car. That was with just flooring it from the shoulder. That wasn't using drag strip mode because it needed like 10 minutes to cool to warm it up or whatever. So 9.6 quarter mile at 148 miles an hour, just flooring it is pretty darn impressive. Do you think I should get a Plaid after my Model 3 lease is up? Let me know in the comments. Give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.